The power of positive mental habits. Mention waking up every day with a sense of hope, confidence, and purpose, no matter what life throws at you. This is the gift that cultivating positive mental habits can bring. It's not just a vague idea or a pipe dream. It's a real, attainable way to reshape how you think, feel, and live. But like all worthwhile endeavors, it begins with one crucial step: a decision. And here's the good news. It's a decision you can make today, right now. No magic wand, no elaborate plan, just a choice to take charge of how you engage with your thoughts. Why positive mental habits matter. Think about how much time we spend inside our own minds. Every thought forms part of your internal narrative, the story you tell yourself about who you are and what you're capable of. This narrative shapes not just your attitude, but your behaviors, decisions, and ultimately your life. Negative mental habits, like self-doubt, pessimism, or catastrophizing, are like weeds in a garden. They don't just sit there, they spread, choke out growth, and leave you feeling stuck. Positive habits, on the other hand, are like planting flowers. They brighten your space, attract more good things, and make you want to nurture them further. The shift from one to the other isn't as impossible as it might seem. It starts with that conscious decision to stop letting negative thinking rule the show. The decision itself is powerful because it puts you back in control. Even if you don't have all the answers yet, acknowledging that change is needed sets the stage for transformation. One small decision, big change. Think of a snowball at the top of a hill. It starts small, barely more than a handful of snow, but as it rolls down, it gathers momentum, becoming bigger and stronger with every turn. Your conscious decision to cultivate positivity works the same way. It might feel small at first, but each positive mental habit you build feeds into the next, creating momentum for a transformed mindset. Here's an example. Say you've been in the habit of saying, "I'm just not good at this," whenever you face something challenging. This thought might come so naturally, it feels like a fact. But what if, just once, you caught yourself and thought, what if I can learn to be good at this? Even one tiny act of reframing creates a shift. That's the snowball starting to roll. Commitment, the fuel behind the change. It's one thing to decide to change, staying committed to it. That's where the magic happens. Commitment means you're ready to keep showing up for yourself, even on hard days, even when progress feels slow. And yes, there might be setbacks, but persistence is key. Start by setting the bar low enough that success feels achievable. Think of commitment as taking small, consistent steps. For example, you might commit to pausing once a day to replace a negative thought with a positive one. Or you might jot down 3 good things about your day before you sleep. Tiny actions repeated over time create lasting mental habits. Here's another tip for staying committed. Give yourself permission to be imperfect. You don't have to get it right every time. The goal is progress, not perfection. The transformative power of positivity. Why should you put in the effort? Because the rewards are life-changing. Positive mental habits don't just make you feel good in the moment. They ripple out into every part of your life. They make you more resilient in the face of challenges. They improve your relationships because you're more likely to approach others with kindness and understanding. They help you see opportunities where you once saw only obstacles. Picture this: You used to feel overwhelmed at the slightest hurdle. But now, after practicing positive mental habits consistently, you find yourself saying, "I've dealt with tough situations before. I can handle this one too." That's the kind of transformation we're talking about. Your first step forward. You don't need to overhaul your mindset overnight. Start small. Start today. What's one negative thought you can reframe into a positive one? Write it down. Say it out loud and notice how it feels. That little step is the beginning of a larger shift. Remember, cultivating positive mental habits isn't about ignoring life's difficulties. It's about facing them with the belief that you have what it takes to find a path forward. It's about choosing to become the gardener of your own mind, pulling out the weeds and planting seeds of positivity that will grow into a beautiful and resilient inner landscape. You've got this. Make the decision. Commit to yourself. And watch as the power of positive mental habits transforms your life. Gratitude, a simple yet profound tool for positivity. Imagine for a moment pausing in the middle of your day to reflect on something good. Maybe it's a kind word from a friend, the sensation of sunlight warming your face, or the satisfying crunch of your favorite snack. These moments might seem small, but focusing on them can have a profound impact on your mental well-being. That's the power of gratitude. Gratitude shifts your focus from what's lacking to what's already abundant in your life. It's like putting on a different pair of glasses, ones that help you notice the beauty and goodness surrounding you. And the best part? Gratitude is a skill you can cultivate. It's not reserved for the eternally optimistic or endlessly patient. With a little effort, anyone can make gratitude a daily practice, and, in doing so, unlock its incredible benefits. Gratitude and the abundance mentality. Have you ever noticed how easy it is to dwell on the things going wrong? That one grumpy coworker, the traffic jam that made you late, or the unexpected bill that threw off your budget. These frustrations pile up and can quickly dominate your thoughts. Gratitude changes the narrative. When you practice gratitude, you train your mind to focus on abundance instead of scarcity. Instead of seeing that frustrating traffic jam as wasted time, gratitude might help you notice the extra 5 minutes it gave you to listen to your favorite podcast. Gratitude doesn't erase difficulties, but it balances the scale by helping you recognize the positives that coexist alongside challenges. It's not just feel-good. Fluff science backs up the power of gratitude. Research shows that practicing gratitude can lead to improved mental health. People who regularly express gratitude report feeling happier, more content, and even less stressed. When you consciously focus on what's good, it reduces the mental burden of negativity and allows you to approach life with a lighter, more resilient mindset. How to build gratitude into everyday life. Like any habit, gratitude becomes more powerful with practice. It might feel a bit awkward or forced at first, but with consistency, it will begin to feel natural. Here are some simple, practical ways to invite more gratitude into your everyday routine. 1. Keep a gratitude journal. Set aside a few minutes each day to write down 3 things you're grateful for. They don't have to be grand or profound. On some days, it might be as simple as appreciating that your coffee was the perfect temperature this morning, or that you got through the day without forgetting your umbrella. What makes journaling so effective is the act of reflection. It forces you to pause and actively search for the good. Over time, This small habit trains your brain to scan your surroundings for positivity, even without conscious effort. 2. Start your day. Gratitude. How you start your day sets the tone for the rest of it. Before checking emails, scrolling through headlines, or jumping into your to-do list, take a moment. Reflect on something you're thankful for. It could be as simple as waking up in a cozy bed or having a productive day ahead of you. That small act immediately cultivates a positive outlook and primes your mind for more. Gratitude throughout the day. 3. Share your gratitude out loud. Gratitude doesn't have to remain a private experience. Sharing it with others amplifies its impact. The next time someone does something kind for you, take an extra moment to express thanks in a meaningful way. Instead of a quick thanks, try saying, "I really appreciate the time you took to help me out. It means a lot." You'll brighten their day and strengthen your connection. 4. Cultivate a gratitude ritual. Create a simple ritual that reminds you to focus on gratitude, such as identifying one thing you're thankful for at every meal, listing 3 positive moments before bed, or setting a daily gratitude alarm on your phone. Linking gratitude to another daily activity helps ensure it becomes a consistent habit. Examples of everyday gratitude. Sometimes we underestimate the power of being grateful for the ordinary. Consider this scenario. You step outside and notice the first cool breeze of autumn. Pausing to appreciate that moment, the way the air smells, or how the leaves look around you, is an act of gratitude. If you're stuck in a tough situation at work, like dealing with a difficult project, taking a moment to reflect on the skills it's helping you build can remind you of the growth inside the challenge. Gratitude doesn't have to be reserved for life's big wins. It thrives in the small, simple joys. Gratitude changes more than just you. One of the most wonderful things about gratitude is how it ripples outward. When you express gratitude, it has a way of energizing those around you. People feel appreciated, emotions are uplifted, and interactions often become more meaningful. Gratitude creates a positive feedback loop. Practicing it inspires more positivity, both within yourself and in your relationships. For instance, if you make a habit of sending a short thank you email to a colleague each week, they're more likely to pay that kindness forward to someone else. Gratitude transforms the culture of spaces you inhabit, be it at home, at work, or in your wider community. The power of small acts. Gratitude doesn't demand perfection or massive gestures. It grows quietly through small, consistent actions. It's not about ignoring life's challenges or pretending everything is great when it isn't. It's about shining a light on the things that are working, the moments that comfort you, and the people who make life better. Gratitude is always within reach, no matter how chaotic or uncertain life feels. Take your first step toward gratitude today. Here's a simple way to start. Right now, think about one thing, just one, that makes your life better. Maybe it's the roof over your head, the smile from a loved one, or the book you can't put down. Hold that thought for a moment. Can you feel your outlook shift, even slightly? That's the power of gratitude in action. Gratitude is your tool for noticing abundance, creating positivity, and living a more mindful life. This small practice can lead to life-changing results. Are you ready to give it a go? One thankful thought at a time. You're on your way to cultivating a more uplifting, joyful mindset. It starts with a moment, It starts with a choice. Make it today. Celebrating small wins, the key to building confidence and reinforcing positivity. Take a moment to think back on the last time you accomplished something. It might not have been monumental. Maybe you checked off a lingering task, tried something new, or showed up on a day when it felt easier to stay in bed. Did you pause to celebrate it? If not, you're not alone. Many of us breeze past our small victories, waiting for the big moments to give ourselves credit. But here's a little truth that may surprise you: those small wins. They're the foundation of a positive mindset, a confident outlook, and consistent growth. Celebrating them isn't just nice, it's necessary. When you acknowledge even the tiniest achievements, you're sending your brain a message that you're making progress. And that message creates momentum. Why small wins matter? Big goals often feel daunting, don't they? Whether you're working on a career milestone, a fitness transformation, or even just a healthier routine, the end goal can seem so far off that it's hard to stay motivated. That's where small wins come in. They act like stepping stones, keeping you connected to your progress and preventing burnout. When you celebrate small wins, you shift your focus from what's left to achieve to what you've already accomplished. This subtle mental shift reinforces positivity. Instead of feeling overwhelmed by what's ahead, you feel motivated by how far you've already come. It's like setting off fireworks over small moments of progress. They illuminate your path forward, and science backs this up. Studies show that recognizing and celebrating progress fuels motivation. Your brain releases feel-good chemicals like dopamine when you acknowledge success, no matter how small. That rush builds confidence and encourages you to keep going. Over time, these repeated moments of reinforcement embed positivity into your mindset, making it a natural part of how you approach life. The ripple effect of small wins. Celebrating small wins doesn't just boost your mood in the moment. It has a ripple effect that extends into every area of your life. Imagine the confidence you'd feel if you stopped second-guessing every step and started seeing yourself as someone who's capable, resilient, and making progress. That belief sets off a chain reaction. When you see yourself positively, you're more likely to take on challenges, which leads to more wins, which reinforces positivity, and so on. For example, maybe you're learning a musical instrument and master a single chord. That small win encourages you to practice more, and before you know it, you're playing a full song. Or perhaps you've made a commitment to eat healthier, and you successfully choose a wholesome snack instead of defaulting to your usual bag of chips. That one choice reminds you that change is possible, making it easier to stick to your goals. Celebrating these moments fuels more positive action. It's a cycle worth repeating. How to make celebrating small wins a habit. If you're not used to recognizing your small victories, it might feel unnatural at first. But just like with any habit, a little practice goes a long way. Here are some simple ways to start celebrating small wins in your daily life. 1. Write them down at the end of each day. Take 2 minutes to jot down your wins, no matter how small they seem. Maybe you responded courteously in a tense meeting, completed a challenging workout, or finally organized your cluttered desk. Seeing these small accomplishments in black and white reinforces their importance and reminds you just how much you're doing. 2. Create a wins jar. Want a more visual reminder? Grab a jar and some paper slips. Each time you achieve something, anything, it down and drop it in the jar. Over time, you'll see your progress physically accumulating, and on tough days, you can reach in and revisit those moments. 3. Reward yourself. Rewards don't have to be extravagant. They just need to be meaningful. To you, maybe you treat yourself to your favorite coffee after completing a tough project. Set aside time to watch an episode of a beloved show, or simply take 5 mindful breaths to acknowledge your progress. Rewards help cement the connection between effort and satisfaction. 4. Share your wins. Talk about your successes with someone who lifts you up. This could be a friend, family member, or even an online community. Sharing your wins amplifies their importance and allows you to bask in their positivity for a little longer. 5. Pause and reflect. Sometimes the simplest celebrations are the most effective. When something goes well, pause for a second. Resist the urge to immediately move on to the next task. Say to yourself, "That went well. I'm proud of that." It'll help you appreciate the moment instead of rushing past it. Real life. Examples of celebrating small wins. Lisa, a working mom, found herself overwhelmed trying to balance her job with her family's needs. She started celebrating tiny victories, like successfully preparing a healthy dinner or sneaking in a 10-minute workout. Over time, these small wins built her confidence that she was handling things better than she often gave herself credit for. Or take Mark, who felt stuck in his new job, doubting his skills and contributions. He started a practice of writing one professional win in a notebook each day, like solving a tricky problem or getting a kind email from a colleague. Within weeks, his confidence grew, and he began to approach his work with a more positive mindset. Turn the spotlight on yourself. You too can create a new habit of celebrating yourself. Start by reflecting on the small successes of your day. Did you check something off your to-do list? Stay calm in a stressful moment. Take your first step toward a goal. Each of these is worth recognition. Life isn't just a series of big moments, it's made up of the countless small ones in between. When you honor those moments, you're honoring your effort, your growth, and your determination to keep moving forward. A positive mindset, one win at a time. Small wins might not seem like much on their own, but when you string them together, you create something extraordinary. Steady, unshakable belief in yourself. Celebrate them often, celebrate them fully, and watch as they pave the way for more progress, more positivity, and more confidence. It's time to relish the small steps, knowing they're leading you to big achievements. You've got this, and your next win, it's just around the corner. Gratitude, a simple yet profound tool for positivity. Picture this. Sure, walking through your day, feeling the usual stress, worries, and never-ending to-do lists tugging at your attention. Then you pause for just a moment and think about 3 simple things that make your life better. Maybe it's the laughter you shared with a friend, the way your morning coffee tasted, or even just the fact that you have a warm bed to return to tonight. That little pause, those reflections of gratitude, can transform everything. Gratitude is not just a fleeting emotion. It's a powerful tool for positivity. It can help you shift your focus from what's lacking to what's already plentiful in your life. Gratitude doesn't need grand gestures or monumental moments to thrive. Instead, it grows in the small, everyday joys and the quiet moments of acknowledgement. And the best part, anyone can start practicing gratitude, regardless of where they are in life. The psychological shift gratitude brings. Life is full of challenges and uncertainties. Nobody escapes that. It's all too easy to focus on disappointments and setbacks. Negative thinking has a tendency to spiral. One bad moment can feel like it defines your entire day or week, but gratitude steps in as an antidote to this cycle. When you deliberately cultivate gratitude, a remarkable thing happens. You train your mind to notice abundance instead of scarcity, joy instead of frustration, and progress in place of setbacks. It's like shining a flashlight on the hidden beauty that exists even in difficult times. Imagine this: your car breaks down, and you're frustrated about the cost of repairs. Gratitude can't magically fix your car, but it can shift your focus. Perhaps you're thankful for a friend who gives you a ride, or grateful for the mechanic who reassures you that the fix is straightforward. Gratitude doesn't negate problems. It just balances the weight by reminding you of the good that still exists alongside the bad. Scientifically speaking, gratitude rewires your brain. Studies have shown that practicing gratitude can increase levels of dopamine and serotonin neurotransmitters responsible for your happiness. Over time, regularly practicing gratitude leads to an overall more positive outlook on life. How gratitude improves mental health. Gratitude's impact on mental health is profound. When you focus on what you're thankful for, you step outside of the stress cycle, even for just a moment. That pause can lower cortisol levels, the stress hormone in your body. Gratitude grounds you in the present, rather than letting you get consumed by worries about the past or future. Beyond stress reduction, gratitude can also improve your resilience. It strengthens your ability to cope with adversity because it acts as a reminder of the positive resources you have in life, whether that's supportive relationships, inner strengths, or even small comforts. Grateful individuals are more likely to bounce back from setbacks because they don't view challenges as insurmountable, and don't underestimate how gratitude affects sleep. Taking a few minutes before bed to reflect on what you're grateful for can help quiet your mind, creating a more peaceful transition into rest. Better sleep, paired with a more positive outlook, creates a robust foundation for overall mental wellness. Practical ways to practice gratitude daily. Building gratitude into your routine doesn't take much effort, but the results can be extraordinary. If you're not sure where to begin, here are some simple, actionable ways to make gratitude a daily habit. 1. Start a gratitude journal. Grab a notebook or an app and jot down 3 things you're grateful for each day. These could be tiny, friendly smile from a coworker, the color of the sky at sunset, or your favorite meal. Over time, this consistent practice trains your brain to seek out and remember positive experiences, to make gratitude a morning ritual. Begin your day with gratitude. Before you even get out of bed, think of one thing you're looking forward to or thankful for. This sets a positive tone and keeps your mind focused on abundance instead of stress. 3. Express gratitude to others. Don't single quotes to get your gratitude to yourself. Share it with the people around you. Whether it's a heartfelt thank you to a loved one or recognizing a colleague's hard work, expressing appreciation amplifies the benefits of gratitude by spreading positivity. 4. Pause and notice. Take just one mindful moment each day to pause and look around. What do you see, hear, or feel that brings you a little joy? Maybe it's the sound of birds outside, the smell of coffee brewing, or the coziness of your favorite sweater. Savor these small details. 5. Create a gratitude anchor. Tie your gratitude practice to a specific daily event, like brushing your teeth or driving to work. Each time that moment arrives, think about one thing you're thankful for. Anchoring gratitude to regular habits ensures it becomes a natural part of your routine. Everyday examples of gratitude in action. You don't need big wins to feel gratitude. Often, the most powerful moments of appreciation come from the everyday. Consider this. Jessie, a teacher, started recognizing her small successes at work, like helping one student grasp a tricky concept. These moments, though small, made her feel fulfilled and motivated to keep going. Or think about Paul, who dreaded exercising. At first, he focused on the negatives, the fatigue and effort it took. But once he started being grateful for what his body could do, like taking him through a long walk or finishing a tough workout, his outlook shifted. Gratitude turned exercise into something uplifting rather than punishing. The ripple effect of gratitude. Gratitude doesn't just change how you see the world. When you're grateful, you radiate positivity, which influences those around you. A simple thank you could brighten someone else's day, just as practicing gratitude changes yours. Positivity is contagious, and gratitude is one of the easiest ways to spread it. Start your gratitude journey today. If you reflect right now, what's one thing you're grateful for? It could be something as basic as the phone you're using to read this, the roof over your head, or a loved one's voice. That small thought is your first step toward a more positive mindset. Gratitude is not about ignoring challenges or pretending life is perfect. It's about balancing the scales, acknowledging that even in the chaos and struggles, good things exist too. And as you nurture this practice, you'll find that life feels richer, calmer, and more fulfilling. Gratitude doesn't wait for the perfect time. It starts now with the small, simple things that make life so beautiful. Consistency is key to cultivating positive mental habits. If you've ever tried to build a new habit, whether it's exercising regularly, improving your focus at work, or simply getting to bed earlier, you probably realized something very quickly. Starting is easy. Sticking with it, that's a whole different challenge. The truth is, consistency is the glue that holds all your positive mental habits together. It's not the one big leap forward that transforms your life. It's the small, repeated steps you take every single day. But don't worry, this doesn't mean you need to be perfect. Instead, it's about staying committed to the process, even when it feels tough or progress seems slow. Consistency is where transformation happens, and it's within your reach. Why does consistency matter? Think about how habits are formed. That morning coffee you reach for without a second thought. The switch you flip without hesitation when entering a dark room. These actions don't require conscious decision-making anymore because they've been repeated so many times that your brain treats them as automatic. That's the magic of consistency. When you show up again and again, your actions move from being conscious struggles to being second nature. This is especially true for positive mental habits. Whether it's practicing gratitude, replacing negative thoughts with positive ones, or celebrating small wins. The key lies in repeating the practice until it becomes almost effortless. Consistency helps create momentum, a snowball effect, where each small step builds on the last. Over time, those small steps lead to giant leaps toward a healthier, happier mindset. The confidence consistency loop. Have you noticed how great it feels when you successfully stick with something you've committed to? Even the tiniest accomplishment, like completing a week of meditation practice or journaling for 3 days straight, boosts your confidence. And that confidence fuels further consistency, creating a cycle of positive reinforcement. On the flip side, inconsistency can shake your belief in yourself. But here's the good news: you're always one choice away from getting back on track. Every time you follow through, you're not just reinforcing the habit, you're reinforcing your identity as someone who shows up, as someone who is capable of change. That belief in yourself is one of the most powerful drivers of long-term success. Challenges to consistency and how to overcome them. Of course, staying consistent isn't always easy. Life is unpredictable, motivation fluctuates, and setbacks are inevitable. But challenges don't have to derail your progress. Here's how you can overcome some common roadblocks and stay committed. 1. Lack of motivation. Motivation is great for getting started, but it isn't always reliable. Some days you'll just feel off or uninspired. The trick: don't rely on motivation, build a routine instead. Set a specific time or place for your habit and treat it like an unbreakable appointment. For example, if you want to start practicing gratitude, tie it to your morning coffee or bedtime routines, something you already do every day. 2. Perfectionism. One of the biggest enemies of consistency is the all-or-nothing mindset. If you've missed a day or feel like you didn't give your best effort, it's tempting to throw in the towel. Instead, aim for progress, not perfection. Miss one day. That's okay. Just get back to it the next day and keep going. Remember, consistency isn't about never slipping up. It's about coming back again and again. 3. Time constraints. I don't have time is a universal challenge, but positive habits don't need to take hours out of your day. Redefine what success looks like. If 30 minutes of journaling feels impossible, commit to just 1 minute. Even the tiniest action, writing down a single positive thought, for instance, keeps the habit alive. 4. Plateaus. When progress seems to stall, the temptation to quit can creep in. Plateaus are normal in any self-improvement journey. Use them as an opportunity to reflect and recalibrate. What's working? What isn't? Are there ways to adapt your habit to make it more engaging or effective? Trust that the results will come as long as you stay consistent. Practical tips to stay committed. Staying consistent doesn't have to be a battle of willpower. Here are some actionable strategies to help you make your positive habits stick. 1. Start small. Begin with habits so tiny you can't fail. Want to meditate? Start with just one deep breath. Looking to journal daily? Start with a single sentence. Small wins build confidence, which in turn fuels consistency. 2. Track your progress. Keeping track of your habits visually, like checking off days on a calendar or using a habit tracking app, keeps you accountable and motivates you to maintain your streak. Plus, seeing your progress builds a sense of accomplishment. 3. Celebrate consistency. You don't have to wait for big milestones to celebrate. Completed a week of your new habit. Treat yourself, whether that's with a favorite snack, extra leisure time, or simply acknowledging your effort with a smile and well done. Reframe challenges when setbacks happen, and they will. Don't view them as failures. Instead, treat them as learning opportunities. What caused you to slip, and how can you prevent it next time? This mindset keeps you moving forward. 5. Find accountability. Consistency is easier with support, whether it's a friend, support group, or online community. Having someone to encourage you or even hold you accountable can make all the difference. The power of long-term consistency. Imagine planting a tree. You water it daily, even when it looks like nothing is happening. But beneath the soil, roots are growing deeper, preparing the tree to stand tall and thrive. That's what consistency does for your positive mental habits, even if major progress isn't immediately visible. Every small, consistent action strengthens your foundation for lasting change. Over time, you'll notice the shift. Challenges that once felt overwhelming will become more manageable. Positivity will start to feel like a default rather than an effort. And every time you look back, you'll be amazed at how far you've come, not because of one grand change, but because of countless small, consistent ones. Take your first step today. What's one positive action you can take right now to move toward consistency? Maybe it's setting an intention for tomorrow, scheduling 5 minutes to reflect on your day, or reaching out to someone for support. Whatever it is, take that step, and then take another tomorrow. Remember, consistency isn't about being perfect. It's about showing up, even when it's hard, even when you're not in the mood, even when progress feels invisible. It's the small drops of water over time that carve rivers into rock. With consistency, you have the power to reshape your mindset and create the mental habits that will carry you forward. You've got this, one step at a time. The life-changing rewards of cultivating positive mental habits. What if I told you that a simple mindset shift could improve the way you handle stress, deepen your connections with others, and even make you feel happier and more content in your daily life? This is the transformation that cultivating positive mental habits can bring. It's not just a feel-good idea, it's a tangible change with rewards that ripple through every part of your life. If you've been on this journey, you've likely already experienced some of these shifts. But if you're just getting started or unsure if it's worth the effort, this final step in our series is here to inspire you. We're about to explore the life-changing impact that positivity can have on your resilience, relationships, and overall well-being. Wherever you are in this process, one thing is certain: the rewards of positivity are immense and absolutely worth it. Building unshakable resilience. One of the most remarkable rewards of positive mental habits is how they fortify your inner strength. Life is never without its challenges, stressful deadlines, personal setbacks, or unexpected disruptions. All come with the territory. But positivity transforms how you react to these moments. Resilience doesn't mean you're immune to stress or pain. Instead, it's about your ability to adapt, recover, and keep moving forward. When you've cultivated positive habits, you've essentially trained your mind to focus on possibilities rather than problems. Instead of being stuck in the why me spiral, you're more likely to think, what can I learn from this? This subtle but powerful shift allows you to bounce back quicker and with less emotional strain. For example, imagine facing an unexpected challenge at work. Before this mindset shift, your immediate reaction might have been frustration or self-doubt. But now, after practicing habits like gratitude and reframing negative thoughts, you approach it differently. You might acknowledge the difficulty, but focus on the skills you'll gain or the opportunity to grow. Positivity doesn't erase problems, but it equips you with the mental tools to face them head-on, strengthening relationships. Another incredible consequence of cultivating positivity is the impact it has on your relationships. Positivity is contagious. You bring optimism, kindness, and understanding into your interactions. It naturally encourages others to do the same. Think about your closest relationships. Have you noticed how your positivity helps create a sense of safety and joy within these connections? When you actively listen, celebrate others' successes, and offer words of encouragement, it strengthens trust and deepens bonds. Over time, these interactions create a foundation of mutual support. For instance, imagine a conversation with a friend who is venting about a bad day. Instead of jumping into their negativity or dismissing their feelings, your positive mindset allows you to empathize while gently guiding the focus toward possible solutions or silver linings. Your approach not only helps them, but also reinforces the kind of supportive, uplifting dynamic that makes relationships thrive. Additionally, positivity can make even casual interactions more meaningful. A smile at the barista, a genuine thank you to a colleague, or a small compliment to someone in passing can brighten someone's day, and often that positivity comes back to you tenfold, elevating overall well-being. The biggest transformation of all, the way positivity enhances your well-being at every level, mental, emotional, and even physical. When positive mental habits become second nature, they shift your entire baseline for how you experience life mentally. Positivity reduces stress and anxiety by helping you focus less on what you can't control. Emotionally, it fosters a sense of fulfillment because you're more tuned into gratitude, achievements, and the good in people around you. And believe it or not, there's a physical aspect too. Research has shown that positive habits like gratitude or mindfulness can reduce inflammation, improve heart health, and even strengthen your immune system. Positivity doesn't just make you feel lighter on the inside, it shows up in how your body feels. To dot it all adds up to one profound truth: life feels richer, calmer, and more vibrant. Problems still arise, but they don't carry the same weight as they once did. You'll find yourself smiling more, worrying less, and genuinely appreciating the world around you. Reflecting on your journey. If you've come this far, take a moment to reflect on your own path toward positivity. Maybe you started out by simply noticing your inner critic or practicing gratitude for the first time. Maybe you've been consistently replacing negative thoughts with empowering ones, or you've started being intentional about your relationships and environment. Each small action matters. Each step forward adds up. Pause for a moment. What changes have you noticed? Has your mindset shifted? Do you feel a little more resilient, a little lighter, a little more in control? These are your rewards, proof that your effort is paying off. Even if you're not exactly where you want to be yet, know that you're moving in the right direction, and that in itself is a massive reward. Actionable insights for moving forward. The beauty of cultivating positive mental habits is that the rewards are ongoing. The more you nurture these habits, the deeper the benefits. Here are a few ways to keep the momentum going. Reflect often. Take time to reflect on your progress every few weeks. What's working well? What could use some extra care? Celebrate how far you've come while committing to areas you'd like to grow. Stay consistent. Remember, consistency is your superpower. Even on tough days, do one small thing that aligns with positivity. Could be writing down one thing you're grateful for, or reframing one challenging thought. Share your positivity. Positivity is most powerful when shared. Look for ways to brighten others' days. Your kindness and optimism contribute to a ripple effect of goodwill. Set new intentions. Challenge yourself to deepen your positive habits. For instance, if you've been practicing surface-level gratitude, try reflecting on why each thing matters to you. Growth is a never-ending opportunity. The world looks brighter through positivity. The world doesn't suddenly change when you cultivate positive mental habits, but how you experience it does. Colors seem more vivid, relationships feel more meaningful, and challenges transform into opportunities. These rewards are yours to keep building upon. Wherever you go from here, remember, this positive mental habits are a gift you give yourself. They make life's highs even sweeter and its lows more manageable. Keep going. You're creating a life that's not only resilient, but also rich with gratitude, connection, and joy. And that's the most beautiful reward of all.